Hey guys, meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this Monday mountain weather update. A couple of live cameras first to just set the table. Let's go up to interior BC. This is Revelstoke this morning. Excellent conditions up there with all the snow you've had recently. You've got the valley clouds. You can see those in the distance, and then it's totally clear above the valley. And this is the view at about 5,800 feet from the top of the stellar chair. Only light snow in my forecast today, but tomorrow afternoon, heavy snow moves in, continues into 12/18. So you're going to have a big powder day by the time you get to 12/18. You'll storm ski tomorrow afternoon, powder day 12/18. And there's probably another storm down the road as well in my forecast. So love seeing that. Let's go down the road to Sun Valley. You've got snow on the way. It's just a matter of time now. Wait till I show you radar. Here it is out of the west. You can see that band of snow arcing its way through Boise and now headed towards Sun Valley and a lot of the interior high country there through Idaho. And also with this trajectory, that's going to send snow continuously towards the Tetons. So the Tetons are they're lined up for moderate to heavy snow accumulation as well in the forecast. The whole wave of snow lifting through parts of the Cascades and the volcanoes, trying to slowly make its way up into BC. There's another storm behind this, which will help to re-intensify a lot of the snow and move it into interior BC. Also in California, central and northern California, you've got a plume of precipitation. That's eventually going to work its way into Tahoe by midday into the afternoon today. So there is some additional snow on the way. Of course, you probably got snow over Shasta with this band. Let me take you into Wyoming. So here comes the initial light snows headed towards the Tetons. This will intensify over time. And I've got some pretty good totals for the Tetons coming up. Here is water vapor satellite imagery. So on this, your drier air aloft is going to be in your oranges and your reds. The moisture aloft is going to be in the whites and the blues. So there's one storm system. There's another one behind it. There's actually another one behind that. So it's a pretty active flow. And so what's going to happen is this storm will move up into this direction. This area of low pressure will also take a very similar track, and so will the one behind it. So you can kind of see what the storm track is doing here. Let me see if I can't outline it. So the main storm track is kind of on an angle like this, where all the heavy snow is going to be kind of north of that line. So, and that's one of the big changes with this forecast update versus what we talked about yesterday. So let me take you into my bullet points here. The western storm track is nudging a little further to the north on an angle, which is, it appears as though it's going to leave out and exclude a lot of Utah and a lot of Colorado. Not totally, but I don't have anything major for either one of those places, Colorado or Utah. Everything's going to kind of be north of that line that I showed you. There's going to be a bit of a northwest flow that spills down into parts of northern Colorado. That still holds true for a lot of Steamboat and Routt County, the Flat Tops, Mount Circle, Buff Pass. Those areas will likely still get some accumulation, and some of that may spill down towards I-70 at times. But the major stuff is all going to be north. Interior BC, like I showed you off the top, I think it looks really good in the forecast. Wait till you see some of the numbers. And in the Northeast, unfortunately, yesterday it looked like we might have a good storm setting up for 12/20 and 12/21, somewhere in there. Not today. The track has changed for a lot of that. So that heavy snow chance appears to have faded at this point. In fact, here are my odds of best snow, my snow timeline for the Wasatch, Tetons, Colorado, Tahoe, interior BC, and the Northeast. So for example, in the Northeast, I've only got light snow accumulation now in my forecast. In fact, light today, rain snow mix tomorrow, light on 12/18/19, light 12/20 and 12/21. Colorado, look at it. You're almost completely out of the storm track. Only light snow accumulations on 12/17, and that's largely because of the northwest flow that spills in to the northern mountains. The Tetons, you've got heavy snow accumulation coming this afternoon into tomorrow. You're going to be right in line with the targeting, and light to moderate for 12/22. All right, let's drill down on Utah just a little bit. Here's Alta ski area. And this is the forecast mediagram at about 9,000 feet. So the column for today is right here. There's Tuesday the 17th, there's the 18th, there's the 19th. So nothing for today. It's dry. High temps at about 31 degrees at 9,000 feet. But late tonight into the 17th, some light snow moves in. Could see, I think, half an inch to an inch is probably a safe bet. With everything just sort of brushing northern Utah, everything's really going north and targeting the Tetons. Maybe an inch in some locations, and that's probably going to do it. So highs tomorrow fall a little bit into the low 20s. Winds tomorrow also pick up, gusting to about 30, 35 miles per hour. And then the temperatures bounce back to around 33 on Wednesday. And there is one more storm potential down the road, which I'll show you in the forecast. So again, that's Alta at about 9,000 feet. All right, drilling down into Colorado just a little bit more. Here's Steamboat. So again, the northern mountains really have the best chance of seeing accumulating snow. And you can see it on the time height forecast for relative humidity over the next 3 days. This is a slice through all the vertical layers of the atmosphere. Timelines at the bottom, you read that from right to left. And so you can see a little bit of moisture there. Um, on the 16th, excuse me, a little bit today, but more so, look at the big area of green coming, the thicker area of green. That's going to be through about the 17th into early 18. And like I said, that fits with the timeline here for Colorado. Really, it's the 17th. And you can see that coming there on the time height forecast with some higher relative humidity values, especially for the Steamboat area and northern Colorado. All right, let's look at the jet stream forecast. So this is valid by close of business today. Notice the jet basically coming west-east, but it's a little bit further north, so it's favoring northern California, most of Washington, Oregon, interior BC, Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana, kind of leaving out a lot of Utah and Colorado. All right, here we are by tomorrow, 12:17. Here's 12:18. There's 12:19, a little bit of ridging, in fact. Here comes the next storm. There it is by 12:20, 12:21. Send some of that energy into the interior. Here's 12:23. Next storm system loading up for California, 12:24 and 12:25. So you can see how that ends up. Okay, let's look at the forecast, radar, and satellite. So this is the depiction, the forecast by 5:30 this afternoon. So that big shield of snow has definitely moved through a lot of Idaho, so it's sitting there, and now it's snowing over the top of the Tetons. It's snowing over parts of western Montana, and a lot of that snow has sort of meandered into parts of interior BC, BC in general. Still some snow up and down the coast as well. All right, moving into the future. So here's Tuesday morning. The snow kind of brushing the Wasatch, brushing, kind of spilling down into Steamboat and the northern mountains, but still hitting the Tetons pretty good. Here's Tuesday in the afternoon. Some of that snow in that northwest flow. Maybe it makes it all the way down to I-70 in Colorado. So it's kind of a dirty northwest flow. Then we're into Wednesday morning. This next storm system really pushing the moisture hard into a lot of BC. So this is when you're going to pick up that heavy snow between the afternoon of the 17th into the 18th for a lot of Revelstoke, Red Mountain, Fernie, Kicking Horse, Whistler, Blackcomb, and there's going to be spillover down into Banff Sunshine and probably up at Marmot Basin as well. It should be enough lift to get us all the way down into that side of the range. Okay, here is 12:18, 5 p.m. High and dry right here, a little bit of ridging. Fits with the jet forecast. Now, all the action right here, there's another storm, 12:21, hitting the Sierra and the west coast. Watch where that moisture goes. Sends it north. Again, just barely brushing the Wasatch, really more in line with the Tetons, Idaho, and parts of Montana. Here we are on 12:22 in the afternoon. That moves away. Another storm system for the Pacific Northwest. And look at that one right there. So this is 12:23, 12:24. Another storm hits the west coast, sends a lot of moisture up into interior BC. Here's 12:25. So this is Christmas morning. At this point, you've got snow falling on Christmas morning through the Sierra. You've got snow through Idaho, northwest Montana, and into Nevada. So that's how things move between now and Christmas. Okay, my forecast. All of today through tomorrow. So you might have noticed yesterday I used maps without the colors, and I saw some folks really like the colors. There may be times when we have to do that depending on some of the issues that I face. But I put the colors back on here so you can see the shading with a lot of this. Anywhere in purple or pink is a foot or more. So you can see the numbers again with some of that spillover down into central and northern mountains of Colorado. We could see 2, 3, 4 inches of snow, potentially 8 to 12 through the Tetons. That's a great flow for that area. 1 inch for the Wasatch, 2 or 3 up in northwest Montana, 5 to 8 through a lot of Sun Valley and Brundage, and about a foot up there in the Pacific Northwest, and 2 or 3 inches through Tahoe up to Shasta. Again, that runs through tomorrow. Here's the 18th through the 25th through Christmas. 6 to 12 through Mammoth and also Tahoe, more up on Shasta. Potentially 1 or 2 feet or more up through a lot of Baker, Crystal, Rainier, Whistler. And look at the numbers through interior BC. A foot or more through Kicking Horse and Revelstoke, a little bit less down in Fernie and Red Mountain. But look at the spillover effect down into Sunshine and up into Marmot. Could see 10, 12, 13 inches of snow in that area. And with the Stormtrack sort of favoring Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, there's not a lot to be had through Utah, and I've got nothing through from the 18th through the 25th in Colorado. Okay, let's go to the Northeast. So again, with the big chances of heavy snow now fading, we're back to about 4 to 8 inches of accumulation here. So the numbers have definitely gone down, but 4 to 8 through a lot of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, and upstate New York. And again, the timeline is, you can see the chances for light snow there, 12, 18, 19, 20, and 21. All right, guys, that's going to do it. We'll end on the map here that runs us through Christmas for the West. You can see where the best snow is going to be. I appreciate you tuning in here to this mountain weather update. Take care and have a great day.